is earned, deserved, and by their storyline. Because this is what these teams are known for. They are not going to drop any mercy. They're going to go in, they're going to get momentum, and they're not going to let go, and they're going to take it to those 3 map victories that they need. But in the meantime, speaking of momentum, Gambit has still shown none, and still been banned out twice. Again.
Yeah, now, I feel like maybe we need to change the alt line to Gambit always folds out of the ban draft, because that's what seems to be happening all of the Ignite preseason here. But we are going to be jumping into the double Elsa Protect, double Mantis bans there as well. So Sock standard ban line, so far so good. Ooh, looks like Kanga banning out the Daredevil there. They know that they don't want to mess with Reno on the Daredevil, and it will be a Vanpool taken away from Kanga into this one, so it won't enable Isaac to play into that, but it does open up the Ultron for Kanga to get the Protect here.
Definitely does indeed. I mean, this is pretty smart so far. You know, Chiefs, Reno is a very, very frightening Daredevil. That makes sense to get rid of him nice and early. But I will say on the side of, oh, the Jeff hover is very big here. Are they going to lock it in? Are they going to not? Yes, they are. Kanga will not have access to Jeff. No Jeff time. No chance to get splashy with it and potentially, you know, scoop mob off the map. But Invisible Woman is their Protect. That's very strong for the Chiefs right there, having Invisible Woman and Elsa online.
Yeah, going to have a lot at their disposal here. And they're curious to see how they will react around it, as now everything going to be locked down, locked in, and ready to get a spawn to action. You can see some of the heroes they're potentially looking to play into here. Tinny looking to play more dive-centric onto the Venom. Do have the White Fox playing around the team up with Dusker there as well. And having Ultron to round out that strategist lineup. One in the same. Arena are going to be on the Psylocke there to complement Jongvek. Potentially on the Elsa, maybe on the Adam at first. They're really taking into consideration how they want to play this one. I don't know if we're going to see Zycreek on the Mr. Fantastic, let alone Reno on the Iron Man. I mean, I'd love that any day of the week, don't get me wrong. I don't know if today's going to be that day, though.
That is the question. We'll see right here as we are moving into Celestial Husk. I like the fact that, you know who's open and available for both teams, Massey? The good old Sorcerer. Good old Supreme Man. Supreme Man? That's a... that may be the line. Well, Doctor Strange is available. I'm seeing Iron Man, but I don't think Bobo's in this lobby. So we might get Reno just mucking around a little bit in the spawn room. He's currently hovering the Iron Man. The question is Reno about to walk out the doors with the Iron Man? Ain't no way. Well, lock in everybody. We're in the midst of it. And we are seeing the Psylocke instead. Okay. I like the comps I'm seeing so far. Groot's a good pick. Double Strange. Could it be a Portal? Oh, the team's already going to potentially... they're going to play it safe for now.
Safe and sound. Get early transport onto the mission area there. They are opting for the low ground, surprisingly. So, looking to face off against them. Does enable Revsy and Tinny there to take things up high. They've got multiple lines of sight that they kind of need to cover here. And Tinny's already diving in. This does enable the Chiefs to potentially set up an early KO here if they can just try and isolate the fight towards that one angle there. But they're easily able to escape using the mobility of the Venom and trying to enable more where that came from. They already forced them to pop the regeneration domain as well. The walls, though, could actually set up a Tinny for failure, and it all starts to come crashing down.
Yeah, it is Juicy. The laser action taking out Jongvek, marking down the Elsa, getting value for themselves. Being on the Psylocke as well, going to return a favor, taking out Juicy in revenge. Still looking even for both teams. 5 up on both sides, and a little maelstrom from Donald takes out Revsy. Revsy is a terrifying Elsa. I just got reminded. Honestly, it might be the mark of one of the MVPs of Ignite preseason here in OCE is Revsy's Elsa, but we'll see how far they go. Maybe Revsy does get to the finals and gets to take on Gen G. We'll find out. But right now, it's going to be Chiefs who do start their capture and get percentage on the board. I will say though, Matty, I'm liking the ult charge right now. Very balanced, very confident. It looks like both teams might explode very, very soon.
Yeah, I think Chiefs are going to get there a little bit sooner. Obviously, still have the God of Mischief at the ready already. Boundary pretty close around the corner, so they can kind of match Kanga if they want to pop into the fight at first here. Revsy could disengage them with the Apex Predator though, so that could definitely be one way to kick them off into the fight. But here we go. Apex Predator coming out. Jongvek does find Juicy, so good reactions to start with. The boundary being popped in reaction here, and the Chiefs, they aren't overcommitting anything. They still haven't done anything in this fight. The Agamotto though could change that.
Oh, moments after the boundary goes down, Jongvek takes out Revsy in return, takes another, taking out Tuni. The Venom is down, but not out for now. And Reno is going to be pushing as well, and they're just going to kind of trickle in and just pick off the pick right here as Kanga trying to regroup for the next fight. But I got to say, got to keep attention right now. Dance of the Butterfly is online for Reno if they want, and they're playing forward here. The Chiefs are playing forward here because they want to box them up. If they can set it up very nicely for themselves, they can get the Dance of the Butterfly in a room, in a corridor. But Sector's ready for that. They got Kumiho online. They should be able to counter out that move. But we'll see as the Thorn Slash walls and the Ironwood walls are there to try and separate them. Dance of the Butterfly goes off. Reno takes the first step and does manage to take out Isaac from that fight, nullifying the chance of a Strange, but 80% in climbing. Matzi, the Rage of Ultron's going off, but I don't think it's getting as much value as they hope, but it does give him some space.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they're trying to hope for, right? Establish a bit of pressure so then they can contend against the mission area a lot more effectively. But I mean, getting walled off like that is a complete tinny isolation chamber for a second there. Luckily, their team's able to help them to break through. And there will be the boundary. So, doing the best they can to push into this. Going to be a match by a bubble in a second. I'd like to delay Agamotto up front there, trying to lock him in place. Ducks in a little bit of trouble. Does escape from the fight, though. But it will be the opening KO coming through from Jongvek, and looking for more where that came from. It's Donald with a Maelstrom. Rip and tear. They just don't care.
Honestly, Donald, the Vanguard to watch right now. The Vanguard to watch right now. So versatile, so formidable. Triple KO in the front line with the Maelstrom after Maelstrom right there. And just getting that Eldritch Whip and putting them down right there with the belt. And there it is. That's a Penta KO for Donald on the Sorcerer Supreme 100-0. You gotta be kidding me. That is a strong start for the Chiefs.
Couldn't agree more. Fantastic work coming through from the Chiefs there. Just playing such a patient game, it felt like. You know, I think a lot of teams, they kind of make the mistake of trying to match the Strategist ult for Strategist ult, and it results in a bit of overcommitment there because they can let things cook a little bit. And the Chiefs have exemplified that into that first mission area take there. You know, they're playing a very patient game so far. I like the changes coming out from Kanga right now, though. Juicy looking to play in to the Wolverine here. Definitely can go for some, you know, snatch and grab action here. Might be able to enable some KOs of their own into this one. But Reno on the Spider-Man, I don't know how to feel about this one, Liger.
I don't believe Reno until there's 0 seconds left in the spawn room. Reno could play the entire roster in the spawn room, but walk out with what we know is going to be Psylocke. Lock in on the lock. Let's get it done into the midst of it. I do like the Juicy switch to Wolverine. However, it looks like they're contemplating a portal here. This one looks like it's winding up. Donald's winding up the portal, and so is Tinny. They notice they're going to portal too, so instead they're going to retreat. And it's a double portal right now as the Kanga Esports squad do manage to portal directly on top of the Chiefs spawn right there. They're going to restructure themselves, get a good angle right now, try to zone them out. But instead, I believe Kanga's just going to go for the walk straight to the area. In the midst of it all, looks like Chiefs are going to be the ones first onto the mission area. Gotta say though, we see potential for a massive Galatrox from both sides here. If Rosie and Jongvek, they didn't get to use his ults last round, but they've got him available now. They've got that chance to let that go, the Apex Predator, and see if they get the value. But Ironwood walls are being set up for now, and they're kind of structuring the map in a way they can't get value out of that. But Revsy finds a way to take down Donald, who gets picked off. In return, Jongvek's trying to dish out some damage as well, trying to get the value in the backline. Goes for Revsy, and does take him out with a clean combination.
Yeah, solid reaction coming out there, you know, taking away the prime damage dealer for them, and we'll find more value with the Apex Predator in a strangling prison there. So Reno joining the fray, triple KO to save the day. Juicy trying to get more from the last stand there, only finds Zykrek out of that one, immediately going to be punished as a result though. So they can try and trade ult for ult here, but ultimately the Chiefs will be able to pull ahead and have already pushed their way towards that halfway point. So Kanga Esports are facing a bit of pressure here. They've got a couple of ultimates that they can commit to this one to try and match them, but they're really going to have to force the issue and gain that territory back quick smart.
Okay, I see. Dude, look, Matsy, let's address it right now. Elephant in the room. Chiefs are 70% again. They've got ultimate advantage. Kanga needs to activate, needs to get something going. Look, boundaries are up. Venn diagram moment. Tini hits the Agamotto. Doesn't manage to get any value right there. In return, Donald hits his own. And it forces in a combination from the Dance of the Butterfly line. Reno to take two. Taking down the vanguards of Isaac and Tini. And Donald's looping forward, flying forward, trying to get value. Again, Maelstrom taking out Juicy right there. And there it is. Another 80% climbing. 90% almost. Matsy, the only chance they have is if Tini can portal, but I don't think it's up.
No, it's on cooldown for another 36 seconds there. So, or for Donald, that for that matter. But for Tini, yeah, it's not going to be up either because they both popped at the same time.
Wait,
they are trying their best to back-cap them. Not going to be happening, though. Luckily, they get back in time. Chongvek committing the Apex Predator there, and it's all coming crashing down. Juicy at least tries to get something further from it, but it's all going to be over and out just like that. The Chiefs lock in both capture points. Unfortunate, unlucky, and you know, that's just the result of the Chiefs taking this one on with such great speed there. I mean, they didn't get the reset on the portals on both Strange players, and so they couldn't have contested unless they had high mobility. They tried for that with the Spider-Man, they got the OT, but it wasn't enough.
And there it is. Map goes to the Chiefs to start off this series here today. Celestial Husk goes in their favor with a good 100-0 to 100-0. Not a lot of percentage on the board for Kanga Esports, but it's the first map of the day. It's a warm-up, locked in nonetheless for both sides. Let's see how it all turns out. We've got to be very, very aware right now. This is a dangerous, dangerous team to verse right now. Chiefs, they've got a really good composition. They're playing out the bans in a very unique way. And I've got to say one thing, Matsy. When it comes to their Vanguards and Duelists, yeah, they've got the Elsa, you know. But Vanguard-wise, they're not going for that, you know, Vanpool. They're not going for those meta picks, the things that you want. They're rolling out with a bit of Strange early. Not just the utility for the portal, but a lot more. But we got to say, you got to keep your mind on both Elsas right here, as Revzy and Jongvek were having quite a series of 1v1s. But every time, it did go in favor for Jongvek, backed up by a formidable backline nonetheless. Got to say, though, having Loki and Invisible Woman for Kanga Esports, you just thought they'd be a bit more aggressive. Fortunately, it didn't go in their favor.
Yeah, it didn't go in their favor this time, but maybe this could be the warm-up for Kanga to lock in to the next map instead. You know, I'm excited for what's going to be ahead of them here. Unfortunately, they weren't able to play into one of their staple picks there in the Van pool, but they're happy to try and adapt around it. You know, Isaac can play more than just one hero. It's not going to be a one-player team, let alone a one-hero team. You know, they've got to be versatile and adaptable, and they're showcasing exactly that. But we're going to see more of that right around the corner, everybody. Map 2 are going to be prepared right after this. We're on to a break, and we'll see you very soon.
Maximum pulse! Your powers are mine!
Welcome back, everybody, to the Marvel Rivals Ignite Preseason Oceania. Matzy and Liger here to jump straight back into this incredible series between Kanga Esports and the Chiefs. And wow, what a way to come crashing into that series, hot like a meteor, Liger. The Chiefs are on fire.
Yes, they are literally going for gold right now. They want to get their rematch with Gen G. Not taking their foot off the gas right now. Okay, they're going for it. Let's see if they can take it all the way, and we will set full hold situation going on, or have Kanga warmed up and they're here to fight. That is the question.
Here to fight and here to ignite the battle. I'm eager to see them take up flight on to Museum here, and eager to see how both these teams will be able to present themselves into this, because Kanga, you know, it's their time to lock in. They've had that little warm-up map in to the domination there. It's time to play in a convoy and show us exactly what you're made of. Will they adapt around the draft a little bit, go in a different direction there? That's to be seen. You know, they had focus in one direction there. I mean, the Chiefs won in the same. They take away the Van Pool. Do Kanga maybe put focus around the Van Pool to enable Isaac into this one? Do they shift direction? There's a lot to contemplate, and this is the perfect place to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, it's a very boxed-in map, as we know here in Museum of Contemplation. Convoy mode as well. So things could get very dangerous very quickly, but you got to be very, very careful as well at that starting choke. And I do believe the pick to keep an eye on here as we enter the banding phase is going to be Daredevil. Having that outsourced wall, like visibility, to be able to pass that information onto your team, that is going to be valuable. You'll be able to know who's flanking, who's trying to set up for an ult, maybe even a little Tomahawk Agamotto might get denied, because you can see Doctor Strange looping into that. We will see as it all unfolds. I will say though, I think things will change drastically if Elsa actually doesn't survive the banning phase, but right now both teams are very much settled on we take away Gambit and we let us both have Elsa. It's been tried and true strategy so far. I'm waiting for one team to finally say, you know what, enough's enough, let's let Gambit into the mix. Let's see if this can change the result, because if you're not winning and you're playing the same ban phase, something has to change there. That's the only factor you can change.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, we saw Kanga put focus onto the Daredevil ban into that first map there, and the Chiefs just didn't care. They adapted around it, you know, they think that maybe Reno is a one-trick pony or something. Well, no, Reno can play heaps. They can play basically anything, and that's what makes you a professional player. But we are going to be jumping in to the next ban phase right now. Gambit's gone again, so unfortunately your wish isn't coming true there, Liger. We are going to be seeing the Elsa locked in, maybe on both sides. Could be seeing a Mantis ban coming through, so I think we're just going to stay to the same 3-lane, or, you know, the same 3 picks and locks there over and over again. But the changes will come in the 4th slot on both sides.
Well, you know, well, it's probably the 4th slot, but in the meantime, I'm looking at the hero slots as I am admiring the Moon Knight. The Knights of the Moon? What do we call them? There's quite a bit of them. Zycrick is slacking.
They haunt you.
So, yes, they will haunt you. And they will also fly in the sky permanently in the new Bloodhunt mode, guys. Play it. Or, if you're a legend like me, you go for the Fist of Khonshu build, and you get up nice and close to Mr. Fisk, Mr. Wilson Fisk, and just bop him in the face. You know, that's the glory of the different builds you can play in Bloodhunt. A lot of fun, great mode, try it out if you haven't already. But we are back in here, of course, on Ignite, and there it is, the pick I was talking about. The pivotal pick, Daredevil, has been banned out. The Chiefs do not have access to that. It's going to be a sad day for Reno, who does play a mean Daredevil.
Yeah, but like before, you know, they're able to adapt around it. I mean, they had them onto the sidelock there. It didn't matter. I know that Reno has a lot of strength onto that hero, and you can see they're trying to disengage any of those kind of KO-enabling heroes in the focus around the Wolverine there, the Daredevil, and they will have that single-sided Wolverine, which actually could work out great for them. But if the Chiefs manage to disengage them in one way or another, for example, they could ban out the Groot here to try and disengage them in that sense. You can ban out the Loki so you don't have those double-sided strategist ultimates, which they will. There's a lot of give and take situations coming through from this draft here. So the Chiefs, they aren't too fussed. You know, they're happy to deal with the Wolverine, maybe try and wall them off here. I think that there's going to be a lot of, I guess, focus to come through from Donald into this one, where they're going to need to bubble their teammates pretty much off cooldown.
Now this was something that I was waiting to see after yesterday. They faced them. Can they take a page out of their playbook? Are we going to see the Adam Loki, very well known from Gen G, but our Chiefs going to be able to run it here for that perma stall? They are on defense to start us off, so they really can dictate the pace nice and early for themselves. But Kanga, look, they're coming out strong. I like what they're going. I think Tinny's considering going for a bit of an incredible Hulk here, just to really get our firepower and just blast out of those spawn doors. That is the question for themselves. You got 20 seconds till those doors open. A lot of stress on both these teams' shoulders right here, because Matsi, you know, slower bracket finals. Nobody wants to walk away with bronze, but one of these teams is about to. This is the match. Let's get into it. We got a bit of Hulk. We got some Adam Warlock, some variety in the picks here today. I'm excited, and let's get into it and lock in. We got Zykrek out here, reminding everybody that it's time to lock in and watch Invisible Woman do what she does best and carry the game. She's very strong.
Yes, carry the game just like Liger in Blood Hunt, those who know. But we are going to be jumping into this game right now. Beast Node trying their best to ensure that they don't give a lot of space. I like how they're just zoning off the lanes there and forcing Kanga to work a bit harder in order to try and push the bat bus here. So, going to be a bit of trouble for them. See if they can continue to lock it down though. Nice shots from Revsy there. Catches a straggler and are looking to lock in even more. Beast Node in a bit of trouble. And this does mean the Chiefs are going to have to retreat out of this one and concede even more space. So Kanga have free reign to push the vehicle.
Yes, they do right there. Feeling confident, Rena. To return, takes out Juicy. A bit too close for comfort, but they're bunkering in right now. Setting up alongside Beast Node, but Rena's going to go out into the mid. See Tinny on the walls. Got to be careful of that Venom right now, but Tinny's taking quite a bit of damage right now. A couple more shots and it would have been taken out, but they're going to have to pop that personnel shield for a little bit just to stay sustained, retreat back to their team. But a point blank Alatrox from Revsy takes Jongvek out of the fight. Following suit, Bubblecard down from Juicy. So does Beast Node go. And it's going to allow us to force a little cocoon from Jongvek. But Loki's not in the fight. Bubblecard's not there. We can't get that shapeshift into early karmic revival from the Loki.
Looking to shift their focus in that direction and see if they can cause the resurrection for their team. Whoa. With a quad KO from Tinny. So nicely done to clear a ton of space. The portal will keep them online on the mission vehicle though. They won't get easy pickings over first capture here. They're going to have to work a bit harder. Feast of the Abyss coming out from Tinny. Not a lot of health on that one. Bubblecock does go down. The dance floor enabled as well. So Dusk keeping their team pumped up and ready for action. Isaac slice and dicing with those katanas as well. Boundary will come out to delay the mission vehicle a bit longer. And they catch the triple KO from Beast Node. What a maelstrom from the ages there. A resurgence they desperately needed. And they will lock it in check.
You kidding me? You gotta be kidding me right here. That was a point blank maelstrom that denied the momentum. Hold on a second, Kanga pushing very good for a good 2 minutes now, but Chiefs got the momentum back. They kind of stopped them here, but still have time to be aggressive. Sekta is on the Jeff. That is a fan favorite in the chat, I know that for sure. Could get very, very dangerous, but Juicy as well could let it out next fight. Isaac as well has the banhammer. There's a lot of potential here, but it's going to be Juicy taking it to court first. At the same time, let's see if their defense is up to par.
Up to par and ready to raise the bar here. As they're trying to go near, go far. Leave a scar. Big isolation. I like how they utilize the bobblehead there. Karmic revival from Jongvek though. Trying to bring the team back onto this one. It's Jaffa. Could be the answer. Meteor from downtown to try and shut it down. Oh, and here we go. Goodbye to Beast Node and hello to more Bubblecar. Keeping the team online though with the boundary. This is what they need. Reno still fighting as well. Banhammer coming down there. We'll find Revsy still trying to clear path as well. Tinny on deck here. Does bring out the Apex Predator and we're going to get the heals they desperately needed. Jongvek is here and instills fear in their opponents. And there goes Isaac still locking it in from the corner. Taking selfies to stay in the fight as well. You love the tactical selfie. They will be able to retreat just in time. Beast Node, though, makes them implode. We'll be able to stop the show in its tracks here, Liger. And the fight still reaches on. 10 seconds.
Even when you think the sustain from the Chiefs is over, they got Zykrek ready with the boundary again. They're going to hopefully build up for another Galatrox. That could be the winning play for themselves, but Kanga's trickling in, and they just get it in time. Isaac with the sacrifice triggers the overtime. What an excellent play on the Deadpool. That allows Juicy to hit the portal. That's it. Oh, but they don't make it. And there it is. Just by the thin step. One extra step from Venom, one extra step from Tinny could have made it, but it just wasn't enough. And there it is. The Chiefs do hold it just shy of the first gate. They didn't get their full hold, but they got a fairly good hold nonetheless.
Yeah, pretty solid hold coming through there. I can't believe it. You know, really impressed with how they managed to hold it together onto that one. And the Chiefs, they rise to the occasion all over again here. Kanga, they looked so confident at first there, but the Chiefs managing to lock in off a clutch portal right on the edge there, and then continuing that fight basically until the end of time here. Just a solid turnout of events into this one, and Liger, I think it's that special time on attack for the Chiefs. Nope, not yet. But we love the hovers coming through on the Moon Knight, let alone Revsy bringing out the Human Torch of all things. Could we be seeing the start of a new era?
I mean, listen, a new era would be amazing for OCE. We have been waiting, we have been witnessing so many amazing players spawning out of these teams. There are so many formidable rosters that have come from preseason. So many things happening behind the scenes. I've heard of new rosters being made as we speak, new potential, all from this data that we have learned in preseason OCE. And the best part is, we haven't even seen the big grand final. We haven't even seen who's going to take that silver medal, that gold medal, that bronze medal. We don't know who's going to take it. But right now it looks like the Chiefs are on the road down Contemplation Lane, and they want to get their second map victory and lock themselves even further in the chances to get to that grand final. We'll see how it all unfolds. I already like what I'm seeing from the Chiefs so far, because everybody get loud, because we got Groot Night in the house, everybody. For all of us who love the moon, I'm ready for it. Let's get the Hand of Khonshu.
Oh, they might not even need it. They've managed to shut down Tinny with immediate effect there, and are looking to get more where that came from. Juicy, though, trying to isolate the fight. Isaac says good night one by one. They're all falling down here. The Chiefs are locking it down with the Ankh, and will be able to clear the path as fast as possible here. So, Tinny gonna have to portal to contest this one, doing exactly what the Chiefs did to them, right on the edge of the line here. The Chiefs, though, they got a ton of time, but here we go. It's prime time, Liger, ready to try and make it happen.
It is time tonight to see if the Chiefs can secure their second map victory. Kanga's on their final defense right now. They've got the portal set up from Tinny. They got a big, powerful Isaac on the Magneto in the front lines, hopefully building up that meteor. Reno with the moon taking out Dusk right there, and Tinny with the double KO. Do we see it? We want to see it. The Hand of Khonshu, is it going to drop down? Is anybody there to contest? 4 meters, 3 meters, 2 meters, 1 meter, then it's done! With a celebratory Hand of Khonshu. That is going to be victory for the Chiefs here on the Museum of Contemplation. Another very, very strong map to their side. Matsy, I thought we'd get a competitive bout, but so far, Chiefs are 1 map away from victory. This is looking dire for Kanga.
Yeah, they're dancing on the edge on this one. Reno locking it in with a very impressive MVP there. I'm sure you want to frame that one up and hang it on the wall there, Liger.
I already took the screenshot. I already took it.
Oh, fantastic, mate. You're on it. On top of it. Just like Reno. Love to see it. And love to see a convincing attack coming out from the Chiefs there, locking in 2 maps in a row now. The pressure at an all-time high here for Kanga. Will they be able to rise back up? You know, they adapted around things into the draft there, but nothing they've tried has worked whatsoever. They need something. They need something desperately heading into this next one.
I think they need to bring out a certain trickster. And no, I'm not talking about Loki. I'm talking about a master of the thieves. I'm talking about somebody who's trying to make a name for themselves. I don't know how. If they can find a way to get him out of that permaban, if they can get Gambit online, things might go in their favor right now. I don't like the Elsa factor. Elsa factor is kind of leaning things to one way. As great as Tinny is on the Venom right now, it's just that one step behind the formidable Vanguard presence coming out from the Chiefs right there. There's a lot of, I want to say something actually. Kanga has so many moments, but it's as if when it comes down to that final play, the Chiefs unite as a force, as an entire unit. So we'll see how it unfolds for them. Third map, everyone knows it's the most likely one. to change the pace. We will see how it goes.
Yeah, see exactly how it goes, how the river flows here, because Kanga, they need an answer. You know, they need something. Inject that power in to the next map here and bring it all the way back. We want to see this series go all 5 maps.
We do.
They're the ones who can dictate that. They need to make it happen, snap it through, and lock it in.
Definitely. Well, everybody, we're going to get into that third map very, very soon, but we're going to go to a short break.
Your powers are mine!
Welcome back, rivals. We are here with the Ignite Preseason for Oceania here, and we're into our Chiefs versus Kanga series here to find out who is going to be locked in for third place and who will punch their ticket in to our grand final matchup against Gen G. Chiefs currently on top by 2 maps. Kanga want a last chance to see if they can advance forward in this series or be left behind.
It is a rough situation right now for Kanga Esports. I feel like we've just begun and already they're down 2 maps. That is not a good position to be, but Kanga are good on the back foot. This is their chance to potentially install a comeback. We'll find out if they can pull it off. They do have maps. The prediction is in, everybody. Literally, we just discussed this. We said, what's Kanga gonna pick as their third map? And I'm over the moon to hear it is Shin Shibuya. This is what we've heard rumblings about. They've been preparing for it. I only wish we got to see this earlier, but it may be their trump card to flip the script.
I'm very eager to see if they can make it happen on a map such as this one, you know? I feel like it's one of the more difficult ones to gain a lot of traction on, especially pushing around that first mission area there, let alone everything there beyond. You know, what I think we could compare it to in some ways is maybe kind of like Heart of Heaven. Pushing the first mission area on that one and the grand difficulty that comes with that. But, maybe not all teams feel that way. They can have great ease pushing that first mission area. But we'll see the showcase of this one once both our teams lock it down in the draft here. I really hope that we get the Gambit like what you want, Lager. I'd love to see a bit of a breath of fresh air in that sense, a fresh take on the meta.
Actually what I think would be a pretty pivotal pick, maybe not surviving the ban phase, Adam Warlock. Karmic Revival in Shin Shibuya is very, very good. There's a lot of corridors, a lot of good spots you can hold, bunker in, and really set it up. Groot is up there as well. Visible Woman for sure, Loki for sure, 100% for sure. Those are the strongest strategies we got in the game when Gambit's not not available to be played. But nonetheless, that's how it is on this patch, and that's how the games are being played. We're going to see as we get into the mix of it. Another great pick, good walls, good climbing, Venom and Daredevil, 100%. Both of those two will definitely be seen in this map as long as they're not banned out. And I doubt people are going to be banning out Venom. But I would if I was versing Tinny. That is a very crazy Venom that Tinny's got. But I'm liking seeing Big Ben Grimm, the thing coming out from the Chiefs right there, locking in. It's a good thing map as well. And there's a lot of corridors, a lot of corners, short paths. Not really good for the snipers. Maybe Elsa's might struggle, but nonetheless, there it is, everybody. Tried and true strategy. The Gambits are banned again. in return, the same Elsa Protect, the same Mantis ban into probably another Elsa Protect. Matsi, when's it gonna change, man? The only time we did was Genji yesterday. They said, you know what, have the Elsa, whatever. We don't care. I need that more.
I mean, we've seen it change like once, right? In some of the like series in the earlier side of the Ignite preseason for Oceania, right? I think JFT let Gambit through against DXA for one of the maps, and we saw what happened as a result there. But one and the same, the bans are just getting mirrored one over and over again here. You know, Vanpool's getting taken out. Daredevil, one and the same from Kanga here. Chiefs do have the next Protect and will prioritize around that Invisible Woman there, so looking to play into the Strange team up again. I'd love to see if Kanga would maybe look to shift focus and take out the Strange, for example. Deny some of those contests, let alone the prowess and potential that comes through from Strange on its own. Oh, and look at that. They're hovering it over. They will not be using Strange this time. Will the Chiefs match that, though, or will it get protected? Nope. It's going to be Invis.
Honestly, at this point in time, don't need it. I don't think they need to ban the Strange here. Honestly, ban something else pivotal. Ban something else that's pivotal to Kanga's Shinshibuya strategy, and that might be an even bigger benefit right now. Chiefs are on the front foot. They're winning. They're not really relying on portals to change the tide, but better safe than sorry is a Strange ban as well. Both teams don't have Strange. That is interesting to see. Elsa's on both sides, Invis on both sides. Vanpool not available for Kanga. Daredevil not available for the Chiefs. Same time, Mantis Gambit. It's close to a mirror. Just a couple switches here and there, but a little bit of White Fox gameplay? Maybe? Been a while since we've seen some Kumiho get unleashed. It could be the deciding factor.
Could be exactly the recipe they were looking for, and I mean, it looks like both teams might be matching each other. Going on the White Foxes there. Juicy hovering the torch all over again. I love to see it, you know. I hope we see some torch. Or maybe not. Maybe next season. We'll see what happens. The Torch God will be back, and in a big way, but not today. Today, we are seeing the Fox on deck there. Luna's one in the same, and the Ultron. So, pretty much almost a full mirror matchup into this one, with the exception there of Tinny playing into the Venom, as opposed to Donald on the Magneto there. And curious what Revsy will lock in as well. Likely looking to play into the Elsa to try and match Rito. But it's time to see how the Chiefs will fare on their defensive side, and one of the same, how Kanga will try and tame the attack.
3, 2.
Oh, into the mix of it. Here we are, everybody. Glorious as it is to finally see some more Shinshibuya in Ignite. That is what I want to see. I just hope, Matsi, this isn't the Shinshibuya incident. Alright? I really hope things don't get cursed very quickly. We'll find out. In the midst of it all, Reno on the Elsa. Bloodstone going toe-to-toe, lasering forward. Juicy taking a lot of heat right now, but gonna retreat. A couple drones to help keep them alive.
Yeah, help keep them alive before they can thrive into a dive here. But they are gonna stick it out for a second. Try their best to keep enabling their teammates. Tinny looking to go for a dive around the back there. Doesn't manage it. So far, so good. Going to be frozen just in time, though. Bubble in trouble. Needs a bit of care. Will luckily be able to get it. Not going to be able to chase down that KO. Beast Node in a bit of trouble. One in the same, though. So just when things looked like they were going good, Kanga make it look even better, and we'll be able to match and exceed them onto this first mission area.
Excellence right there. Kanga getting the momentum we've been waiting for them to have right now. Let's see if they take it. Donald with a bit of Magneto action, taking Revsy out. Starts focusing down Juicy. The rest are there to meet them in the midst. Kanga almost captured it. So close, 86.17%. But the Chiefs are back for the defense. Bit of combos action from the Captain Beast Node right here. Getting the value on Dusk. Reno taking out Juicy. Tinny the last one there. What was that? 180 buckshot right there. Coming out from Reno. Taking Tinny out of the fight. With cleanliness. Coming out from this Elsa gameplay. It's actually clinical. It's actually clinical right now, Matsi.
I'd love to see it, and I'd love to see the exchange of strategists' trade-offs here for our diving vanguards. You know, Tinny did it first, Beast Node did it all over again there, just opening up the fights for their teams here, and I'm curious who's going to be able to do it next. I mean, Tinny does have Feast the Abyss there, the Rage being committed as well. Good freeze, though. Bubble will be able to get the dance floor off. One in the same now. Trying to take aim at it. It's Dusk matching it. Gonna wait their patience out. Jongvek does have the rage available if they need it, and it's gonna be the Meteor committed to this one. A big damage over the top. Donald still in it, trying to spin it to fruition. Not gonna be able to get it this time though, but now Reno takes to the skies. Dive in. It's time to get angry.
Woo! Power from the rebounds. Donald on the Magneto. Jongvek, Rage of Ultron timing out. Damn! There we go. Jongvek taken out by Revzy. Power again from the Elsa. Beast Node taking out Dusk again. That's at a certain point. At a certain point, you're wondering if a bit of focus is going on there, but a bit of targeting. But nonetheless, it is the way it's gonna be. You gotta play to the mental warfare just as much as you gotta play the actual warfare on the battlefield here today. Tini taking out Babuka. The ground is shaking right here for Kanga because they do have potential and they do capture it right now. The Chiefs put up a pretty good defense, but Kanga's gonna make it through and they're gonna add a nice good 3.5 minutes to the bank. And let's see if they can take it home.
Yeah, I was happy to see that the Chiefs were able to stop them right on the edge initially, buying a bit more time for themselves and make Kanga work harder for it, because it almost looked like they would have just been able to roll it over really, really fast there. But now we'll be blasting on in to the convoy section here, looking to push that mission vehicle as far as they can. Revzy just piling up damage from afar as well. You know, they've got a lot of prowess, a lot of potential around the corner here. And they are not letting Jongvek have free reign over anything. I think the Chiefs needs to kind of match this onto Juicy as well. Dusk already getting the collapse through there. Does find Beast Node. So the Chiefs not even really going to be able to stop them pushing the mission vehicle at all here.
No, they aren't. But we're going to see if Juicy's going to get to the extermination station, see if they can take down the pressure and bring it to the Chiefs right there. They do take Donald. They do take Bubble. They do take quite a bit of Chiefs out right now. Bringing the momentum around the pillar here. It's getting good momentum right now. Kanga's almost at the halfway mark to this second gate here. It's looking very strong for them. Their pace is impeccable right now, as the Chiefs are kind of staggering a little bit, trying to get ready for this next fight. But, you know, nonetheless, they got Kumiho online. Zykree could be the key factor to getting this convoy stopping in the streets.
Go, Glatrox coming out there. Reno going to be opening up the account, looking for more as well. Living Bullet coming out, and we're going to see if they can get something further. Kumiho unleashed. Here we go. It's a special delivery. Glatrox diving through there, distancing them from the fight. Not going to be able to ignite the battle just yet, but they're doing a great job to bide their time. Time to get angry all over again. Jongvek injecting some damage straight through there, but will be forced to create a bit of distance between them. Could be a big problem. Isaac goes down. Good trade on the Jongvek there. Tenny trying to dive around the back. He'll look to launch the counter-attack, but will be forced to fall back just as quick. So it's just that give and take, you know, just tiptoeing around the fight here. But the ground is being held.
Already a minute left for Kanga. Almost have that recapture, but Chiefs have point contention, have that defense in their favor. Rage of Ultron right now poured in. Revzy gets slugged by Donald by a meteor that I didn't even hear it go off. That was so fast. Insane precision coming out right now from a LeBron. But into that, power is gonna be matched as Kanga regrouping. They're gonna take high ground here, getting the Captain America and Kumiho online. Zykree on the White Fox could be high value if they get Freedom Charge here as well. They'll get that momentum, get their ults up for the next fight. But look, the time is going down and nobody's activating just yet until now. Assembling into the midst of a Beast Node, going to lead the Chiefs forward for a bit of an aggressive defense here, but they're going to get matched by Isaac, who's going to match him with a Freedom Charge of their own right now, as both teams go for the bout. Galatrox in the back line right there. Big power, big impact as Reno catches Dusk out of the fight. It was a good flank right now, and they're having a bit of a bout, having a bit of a duel with Juicy on the Ultron in the skies. Another peek for Reno. They can take him out. Sector falls as well to Beast Node. There's a little bit of a flank defense composition coming out from the Chiefs as they just hit the pincer formation and close in on Kanga.
Yeah, able to do a lot into that situation, aren't they? And we're going to see what Zykree and Co can do into this one. We'll be able to enable a double. So, solid way to creep up in the beginning there, Liger, as we take aim at another point of the time stream. But it is going to be a solid defense coming out from the Chiefs into that one. So, well done, well played, and we will be able to see them off into the next half of this one, Liger. Happy days, and
Absolutely.
now could see a change-up.
I mean, that's it right now. So here it is. Lock in the variable, everybody. Chiefs need to push one half of the entirety of Shinshibuya. 50% of the map If they can do it, they're off to the grand finals. Matsy, can you believe we're already contemplating the phrase off to the grand finals? That's how fast the Chiefs are getting their pace going in this matchup against Kanga. It's not looking good for Kanga, because that also does mean in reverse they're potentially half a map away, saying farewell in preseason Ignite. That is not a place to be for this team. They want this just as bad as the Chiefs. Now's the time to show everything you absolutely got and go crazy and show us that Kanga spirit. If they can pull it off, whew, we are in for a banger set. But if not, Chiefs are going off to face Gen G.
Oh, I'm eager to see if they can lock it down here, Liger, as we will be advancing forward into the next portion now. Isaac and co trying to get into the flow of things, trying to see what is going to be their opportunity to take. How will they be able to match this one, if not exceed it? As we jump into the next portion in moments here, Liger. It's time to prime up and get good to go.
Let's see if we can get optimally primed right now. That is the question. Into the midst of the metal man in the skies, Juicy. Let's see if they can get with the program. But speaking of, you know, metal, you gotta be careful, because the master of magnetism, Donald, aka LeBronald, is here on the Magneto, on his best, honestly. Do we say that, Matsy? His best is Magneto, signature pick. It's gotta be for the people.
Sure.
For sure.
He's LeBronald for a reason. No doubt. And speaking of doubts, those are going to be dispelled by anyone thinking otherwise. Chiefs prime up and will take aim at the first tick onto the mission area here. And we're going to see if they can push ahead with even more. The walls come up to deny the points of entry, so delaying time even further. And that's 5.5 minutes to push this one. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what happened to Juicy there. Unfortunately, he did not deliver pictures of Spider-Man in time. And he may be fired, but that is the game. But he did go for a stall, and formidable effort nonetheless. Juicy back on the Ultron, locking in. Let's see if there are truly no strings on him. Into the midst of it all, John Vec in the front line, taking out Tini right now. The pace of the Chiefs is... it's really in their favor. They got a 5-minute time back, Matsy. It's looking pretty dire for Kanga. I'm not too confident, but anything can happen. We're going to see as Ultimates charge up. Jean Vec's got a potential for an Apex Predator. See, the Wolverine is now on Reno's side. Could be a big aggressive switch. He wants to go for that last stand. Maybe get a scoop up and maybe group him up. And if anything's going to group him up, it's going to be Beast Mode. Strangle Prism is almost online.
Oh, it's time for dinner. Clutch Rocks comes out from Jong back there. Beast Node will be able to take it down. Isaac, good start coming through from them. And now trying to find more where that came from. Dusk in a bit of trouble. Does have Fate of Both Worlds available if required, though. Might get flanked in a second, however. I see Kanga trying to take aim at something there. Sector getting a bit sneaky. One of the same. Repsy does shot down Jong Vec. So this is a good start of a comeback here. The Rage coming out from Juicy. Dance War coming out from Dusk as well. Zachary good with the boundary for the moment. Got a mischief on delay. Can bring out their own dance floor. Looking to bring out the Strangling Prison. Everything being committed to this fight, but one thing stands between them. It's Reno on the last stand. It's Donald with the Meteor. Double down. And there it is. Everybody, the Chiefs get it done. And the rematch is on deck.
Lock it in, everybody. We are going to the grand finals in what was a strong performance by the Chiefs right here. They said, you know what? Enough's enough. We're not going to hit a dawdle. We're here to get down to business. We want blood. We want to go back and take on Gen G again, and we're going to take them back in the most difficult format of all, a best-of-7 grand finals. But it is, of course, a respectful salute and farewell to Kanga Esports, who do walk away with 3rd place here in preseason OCE. It is a crazy story for Kanga Matsy. They were the team that joined the tiebreaker. They caused the world to wake up to OCE Ignite and said, hey, don't sleep on us. It's not the Gen G show. We can entertain too. We can bring the fire. And they definitely did up until their last moments. It was seriously a moment to behold what they pulled off, how they took down the teams that they did to get here. But it's just one step too slower than Chiefs here today, and the Chiefs do secure victory. And nonetheless, it is well earned by the Chiefs, who have been formidable and I don't know what better warm-up you can have than taking on Gen G yesterday. That's what the Chiefs went through. They know what it's going to take to win it all. They know what they have to beat and who they have to beat to win it all. And Gen G is their next opponent, their final opponent. It's it. That's it, everybody. It's grand finals time. Woo!
That's it. Grand finals time. Locked in, dialed in, and eager to see who will be able to take it here. The rematch is going to be on a line for both of these rosters. You know, Gen G, they faced them before. Will they allow the Chiefs to take a map again? That's going to be the big test here. Will the Chiefs take more than one map into a best of 7 of all things? There's a prime opportunity for both of these rosters to go so far, and I am so keen to see exactly how competitive this showcase will be, because, you know, the Chiefs, they're looking fired up. You could see that into their series right then and there against Kanga. They were locked in, they were ready to get things done, and they're going to have to keep that energy, keep that flame burning if they want to go earning some maps into the grand final.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm ready. I'm ready, Matsy, bro. Been waiting a long time for this. It's been a long time since we got the honor and pleasure to cast a grand final here in Ignite, and we're here for the tail end of OCE to start the year. This is the most important match of OCE here in Ignite in 2026. Everybody, this is it. It's about to begin. They're getting ready. Chiefs just got their victory here. They got winners momentum. I mean, what else? We've talked about it all Ignite long. Winners momentum is such a factor to consider here. We've had so many teams come through and hit that lower bracket climb. Not necessarily the Chiefs get it the whole way lower bracket, but they've survived, and they're back in to the grand finals for the rematch. If there's any team that could take down the behemoths of Gen G, it might be the Chiefs. This is it. Get your predictions ready. Get everything ready. Get your snacks. Get your water. Hydrate. Get ready. Get your friends. Call your family. Tell everyone to put Ignite on the big TV at home. Okay? I'm doing that right now. I'll call my mom. She's going to set it up. Everybody lock in. This is it. It's game time. I can't wait. Matsy, I cannot wait. Oh, these teams are so good.
So good, and the best way to showcase just that here into the tail end of the preseason. You know, if this is what the year's delivering at the very beginning, I can't even imagine what the end of the year is going to look like, and the journey heading towards it going to be absolutely incredible. You know, we've set the bar high across every single region in the preseason. I think this is the most incredible tournament we've had yet, and yeah, I can't wait to see what else is yet to come here out of this series, out of the circuit as a whole, and out of all of these players, because I know they haven't even reached their full potential yet. You know, this is just the start of the road. We're going to explode into the year. It's going to be absolutely huge, but eager to see how huge things get, you know, as the series progress.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the reality of we still have yet to do the merge. When will the best in Asia take on the best in OCE? You know, dream matches, for example. I'm just going to put it out there. You know, the names are very similar. The Chiefs versus the Pirates. That could be exciting. That could really make people go crazy. Get the partner teams going at it. Gen G and Reject. Want to see that face off, you know. Bit of Z10, bit of Kanga Z10, you know. I believe there's some storyline there. They may know each other a little bit, you know. A couple of the staff know each other on each side. Could be fun, could be dramatic, could be some good banter as well. We love good banter out here in Pacific. It's how we have fun, keep it lively, and get everyone motivated. But you know, that's only coming later, okay? We're not getting our hopes up yet. We've got to be just a little bit more patient before we merge into the greater Pacific region. But it's time, everybody. Let's have a chat with one of the winners from the Chiefs.
Welcome once again, Jong Veg. Fantastic to have you, mate, and big congratulations to you and your team there. You know, looking fired up as always. And I got to ask you, you know, was this exactly what you were expecting from Kanga out of that series, or did he expect more?
I was pretty confident it was going to be a rerun of yesterday of 3-0. I felt we played a little bit worse today. We're just like a little bit slower, a little bit. I don't know. We just weren't as warmed up, but we still got a 3-0 and still walked away pretty one-sided. So yeah, it turned out the way we thought it would.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you guys have massive momentum right now, coming from a 3-0. I mean, there's no better way to be prepared going up against Gen G right now. But you've gone up against them already. yesterday. How do you feel going up to them now? You know, not a best of 5, you got a best of 7. You got more chances technically, but I don't think you want them. How do you guys feel going into this next matchup?
We feel good. We just we went in there yesterday just off pure emotion and just eagerness to play the game. We didn't have like a whole lot of prep on them because they've been a pretty like isolated team. They choose to scrim mainly Asia just for keep their advantage on Oceania, but we pulled through the first map strong, and then they took us to Convoy and Convergence, and we're a bit stumbled on the draft phase. So I think our draft was a lot weaker, and we were really underprepared on those 2 push maps, and I think we're ready tonight to fix the draft.
It's great to hear, you know, that one, you've had that opportunity to, I guess, see them firsthand now and to kind of analyze some of what they're bringing into the mix there. Obviously, the data's slowly been trickling in as they played through their group stage, now facing off against them yourselves. Do you feel like today you could be the team to kind of take it to them and take the series away? Or like, how do you feel this could go for you guys?
I think we definitely can take it all the way. I think our team matches up pretty well into them, and I'm really confident in me and Reno as the DPS lineup to go against Bobo and Pethic. I don't feel like we're at a disadvantage at all in that matchup. So I think we're just going to play our game and hopefully make it best of 7 all the way.
All the way, all the way. You know what? Hey, listen, I want to ask more questions, but Matsi, I want to let him go. I want to let him get ready. I think all of us want to get into this match, and let's just get into it, honestly.
That's it. Let's get into it. Thanks so much for joining us, Jong Vek there. Do you have any final words to the people out there or to your opponents before you head in?
Just hoping for a good series, to be honest. I want to entertain the people and yeah, fix off where we failed yesterday.
That's it.
Thank you.
Lock down, lock in, dial in. You got this, Jong Vek. Best of luck to you and yours, and we'll see you on the server.
Awesome. Have a good night, guys.
All right.
Thank you. You as well. Good luck to you. Good luck. Look at him. He's ready, bro. Look at the courteousness, the kindness. That's. I mean, JV, you got fans in the chat, man. The chat goes crazy every time we see Jong Vek on the interview. So, hey, listen, the fans in the chat. If you want to see Jong Vek again, maybe the whole team. Who knows? Maybe we get the whole team interview at the end. We don't know. But whoever we do interview at the end, whether it's from Gen G or the Chiefs, it's going to be well earned, well deserved, and what the people want. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're almost there. And there it is. But of course, before all of that, Kanga Esports, again, we give salute to them. We get some W Kanga in the chat. They did lock in and get 3rd here in Ignite. And every other OCE team doubted them. They proved themselves and they made it to a podium finish nonetheless. So there was respect to Kanga Esports right there nonetheless. Big W's to them.
Yeah, big W's all round. Got to definitely pay our flowers through to Kanga. They did a great job, and you know, they worked hard to get 3rd, and definitely give them props there. And we hope to see them again, running it back and go even harder into future competition.